What's good, Wilders? I'm Longsleeves. This is a brand new channel. Welcome to Wilder Gaming. So this is the very first content I've ever made. This is going to be a Wilder Dominoes TLDR segment. So I'm going to do a bit of a rundown on what Dominoes is, what Wilder World's about. We'll look at some of the gameplay maybe, and just some of the cool things. I'll try and keep it brief so it's not long and boring.
She failed miserably.
Try and expose some stuff. So I've got playing behind me here this is the 4K footage that's available on Wilder World's YouTube channel, which I'll leave a link to it down below, probably. I don't know. See other people saying that. So yeah, this was their pre-alpha gameplay footage that they put on their YouTube channel. The YouTube channel hasn't had much love. This company, I mean, it's a sleeper. It's such a massive project. That's why they're running this event, this TLDR event, where trying to get people, community to make content and try to show and break down some of the stuff that's happening. And I've made a couple attempts now at recording this footage through, and one I got attacked by my cat, basically. Meow's getting wild out there too. But
cat fight.
It's really difficult to cover this content. The project is truly massive, and it's very in depth, and it's very technological, and they're on the bleeding edge, front line of Web3 tech and gaming tech, and have really spent all of their time and resources into just building this game. And it's unfair to call it a game. It's a simulation, metaverse experience. We're trying to shy away from the word metaverse because of negative connotations, as we all probably know. Facebook, Meta, and the rest of the shams that are out there. But to help Wilder World solve some of these technological difficulties, they've partnered with industry best or leading, like NVIDIA for cloud and for GPU streaming to give access to everybody. Metagravity for some of the spatial, for some of the to handle mass scaling and concurrent user issue, which if you know much about gaming, in current AAA titles and in most titles, there's been an issue in gaming that there's maximum sort of like 100 people can play at a time, and they do fancy tricks on making this all work and making it feel like a bigger world, especially in those MMO titles. And yeah, I mean, it's a whole rabbit hole, but basically Wilder World's partnered with a company that has a revolutionary way of approaching this, and is really the only one that can do it. And they're looking at thousands and thousands now. So in testing, I think they're talking about 10,000 or more, or 12,000 CCU, concurrent users, and looking at getting to 30,000 and maybe beyond later. So behind us, you'll see this is Neo. Neo's one of the founders, him and Frank Wilder. And this is his avatar. And he's walking around inside Wyoming. Wyoming is a play on Miami, and they're actually partnered, officially with the mayor of Miami as a twin sister city. It's the first virtual city that's, done a partnership like that, and they're mapped one-to-one in real life, geographically. So they've gone around Miami with LiDAR and completely mapped the terrain, and that they've built a fantasy city, but they're trying to map as much as they can to real life, but they don't want to be restrained to imitating physical life. They want to have the possibilities.
What are the possibilities?
They're out there, sort of thing, and give them freedom. And it's all about content creators and people, artists expressing themselves. Not just team, I mean all of community. So, but let me roll back here a bit. So that's a brief overview of Wilder World. It's a Yeah, it's a giant project. Let's switch over here a little bit, and we'll have a look at the roadmap. So part of some of the community complaints around Wilderworld has been its lack of advertising, and Wilderworld's had a strict policy on that. We're not going to advertise the game. And when I say we, I'm speaking on their behalf, and I'm not officially, I'm not employed by Wilderworld or anything. Yeah, I'm a moderator, so for their community. But yeah, normally when I'm saying we, I'm speaking on behalf of the community and the other allies, and I see myself as a wilder. And anyway, so where was I? Yeah, the road. We'll have a look at the roadmap. So, Wildworld made a strict commitment to not advertise anything, pretty much, until you have a product. And which is like the complete polar. It's so refreshing. It's the polar opposite to what everyone else seems to do. And I understand the necessity for it in a lot of cases, which is to advertise the product, gain capital, get funding, and then work out how to solve it. Wilderworld has been building this for years with an absolutely stellar team. So they've gone a different approach, which is just build it, build it, build it, build it. And then once you have a product, start to advertise it in a big way and as you launch it. So they're doing a phased launch. And this is our roadmap to help us strategize around what's happening, when it's happening. Especially helpful now that you see that the ticker on the coin, Wild, is starting to, to make movements, and that's only going to snowball. No financial advice. I'm useless at trading. I'm not a tokenomics guy. I'm a gamer, and I'm passionate about tech, and people, and community, and collaboration, and blah, blah, blah.
It's not completely understood why or how they build these holes. And it's pretty...
But yeah, not so much in financial advice. So having said that, this does help us strategize our own personal investments. And I'll leave a link to this as well. And you'll see there's plenty of links to it on Wilderworld's social accounts. So definitely something that I would go through yourself and look at how they're doing it. So and it's comprehensive. They've given us a matrix of times and events they're running and what they're going to try and roll out when. This is just like their promises to, what information they're going to give us. So let me go ahead and just pause this for a second because it's screaming in my ears and I think it's making me scream in your ears. Yeah, so this graphic here is all about, when's GDC, when are they at NFT NYC, and it doesn't really explain exactly what they're launching at those, and you'll need to follow, either in Discord or on Twitter to get more information around that sort of stuff. But for example, at GDC, which is March 18th to 22, they're going there with their partners Metagravity. Or their Metagravity is going to be there. I don't know if they're going together, but it doesn't matter. They're presenting. So they've got teasers and trailers, and I think they're going to have some sort of a racing experience for everyone so they can see the game and play it and feel it. GDC is a, why have I forgotten what that's called? My brain.
Not real bright about most things.
It stands for Gaming Developers Conference. Sorry, thank you. And that's a big deal. So there's going to be a lot of gaming enthusiasts and gaming titles and people who are looking to invest and work out what's new, what's big, and they're going to be there with eyes on this thing and start and get some explanations. So that's at GDC, where they'll be showing how they can doing a demonstration with concurrency, gaming demonstration, and yeah, that's one example. So there's heaps in here to go through. It's not even the only slide. There's more here that shows us about their tech and how that's rolling out. And I mean, some of this tech, it's you know, the protocol systems and just how things are interacting together. And there's a lot in here, like ZK deployment, which is to do with the recent announcement that where they're, you know, Wild World's building their own layer 2 chain called Meow Chain, which will give us gasless transactions, so basically free to transact on the network. And they've partnered with Polygon for that. So check on Twitter for that. That's just brand new, has just come in. I don't have too much information on it, but that's a big deal, and it's tweeted from Polygon themselves as well. A bit of a spoiler, a hint, a leak, where you can see the Wild Water icon floating around on a screen. But yeah, I mean, big stuff. It shows you breakdowns on the economy and the complete operating system that Wilder World's building. They're not. It's, you know, just going to keep this to an overview. So basically, it's enormous, and you need to spend some time. You need to go to their wiki. They've got a great resource here. I've got it loaded onto their partnerships and collaborations that they've got so far. Now, this is an old graphic, but straight away you see stuff like Nigel Houston, who, if you don't know, is one of the world's greatest skaters.
I just found enough dope in the car to put these skateboard punks in jail for the next couple of years.
He wants to do his own digital activation of some kind in Wild World. Don't know what it is. I'm hoping like Tony Hawk style game, but it could quite as easily just be, you know, some digital content, some skating brand stuff, or could be anything, right? It's so limitless, so awesome. I mean, Animoca brands, Boss Ledger, you know, there's a lot. And on top of this, an immutable, on top of this, we've got Polygon, we've got NVIDIA, we've got Metagrav, like best in the world, best in class. Definitely check it out. There's a heap of links here to go through, and this is where you should start. You know, if you're following them on Twitter or you join them on Discord, get to this wiki, go to the official links page, which is here. And in here, there's a ton of links. It shows their contract address. It shows the different assets that they have. If you want to trade in their ecosystem, yeah, all their social media stuff, the white paper to Zero. Now, Zero, talk very briefly about this, but basically Zero is their twin, like sister company, and the technology, the blockchain technology that Zero has developed over the last 8 years or more is what Wilder World is built on. So Wilder World's kind of showing what this technology can do, and it is immense. And like, we can expect more Wilder Worlds in the future built by other companies using Zero's protocols and built on Zero. So it's that amazing. But yeah, I mean, there's heaps of stuff in here, and the wiki does get love, and it's quite accurate, but some of the stuff does take a little while to filter into it. So you can expect things that have, especially in domino season, where dominoes are just falling everywhere, we can expect things maybe, I mean, I don't know what the time frame is. It could be a week, it could be a month before it finally filters into here. But yeah, they do have a commitment to transparency. Go onto the Discord and ask any question you want, and not only the mods there, but just the whole community are so amazing. They will answer anything you need to know, and very quickly. And on top of that, Wilder World are bringing out Zines. So every month, like 3 a month for the different parts of the project. For Meow, for the game, for what, you know, a lot of information. Here's an example. I've typed in procedural here, just because I'll take the chance. But I'll show you how. This is devlog 2. So far we're up to devlog 5. These used to come out every quarter. They're going to come out every month now, and they are extensive. showing off some of the avatar creator stuff, that is my favorite. Wait, the avatar creator, it's unbelievable. So, but yeah, there's a lot of information in these devlogs, and so if you're ever in in Discord and someone's mentioned something and you don't know what it is, like the HDA procedural tool, for example, come in here, type it in, press Control F, type it in, and search through, and you'll see, for example, Wilder World isn't just it's built in Unreal Engine 5, and the level of quality and detail that they've gone to, it's not just like, they've taken the Matrix demo, I won't mention any projects, but like a lot of them, or the World Builder tool or whatever, and they're just using that. They've built their own generative tool, like HDA. I don't even remember what it stands for now. It's something. It's Houdini. Why didn't I have this prepared? Yeah, Houdini digital assets. So basically, what they do, excuse me, is they've built out a tool that allows them. Let's go down to an image so I can more easily show you this. Even like here's a tool just for roads, and so they can just like draw out the roads and they get generated procedurally, and that allows them to build this world at scale and very quickly build the entire city out. So instead of having to design each asset, this will allow them to, like, once all these things are fleshed out, and there's a lot of them, they've even got tools for this is still the building. They've got tools for making pipes, for making wires, telegraph wires, drawing out cone boundaries and fences and different assets or different blockades. Here's some more fences. You've even training AI to create their own textures and make them into a 3D. So it's some sort of, I don't know tech expert, but
Pretty slow for a tech wizard.
it's some sort of stable diffusion model where they feed it with their own designs and their own textures and elements that they've created, and then it will pump out a 3D asset that they can then put through the tools, through the Houdini tools, to generate into Unreal Engine. And I mean, it is world-class stuff. It's so far beyond what other projects are doing. It's not funny. Environment effects, and they're taking these tools and this design methodology into other aspects of the game. So there's a wheels NFT industry where you can buy a car and eventually you'll get to race that car, and they've undertaken some upgrades too. So I'll show you a concept of what they look like, which is just amazing. So give me a second. Technological difficulty here myself.
Processing.
So that's a concept of what the upgrades could look like, which is just beautiful. I mean, here's a little video of some of that fidelity. Let me show you this. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, like this is the level of quality that you're looking at. Look at these cars. These cars are being made, so the tools, the HDA tools, they're bringing it into that as well. And so that when later on we can trade in parts, we can buy custom parts and upgrade the suspension, and they're building their own physics engine. I'm flabbergasted. There's just so much to talk about and so much to show you that which is why I wanted to try and make this kind of candid one take. Let's just have a look so you can see the difficulty I go through Just trying to show you a small amount. And, you know, I mean, if you come to the Wild Award channel and just go through some of the media and look at what this stuff is.
Be prepared to have your mind blown!
This is their avatar creator. An emergent mint, it's called. Facial tracking, live tracking. So yes, you'll be able to create your own character, and it will be an NFT that you can mint, an ERC 6551 NFT. That means it's a wallet itself. The NFT is actually a wallet and can contain other wallets and other NFTs nested inside it. You can trade the whole lot as package. That's not even all of it. There's more to that too. So ZXP protocol and how you can track character progression is all held within inside this NFT itself. So they can also put in soulbound tokens, and there's other possibilities, but yeah, I'm talking ahead of stuff that I know about. So that's just one more example, and this just goes on and on. They've really are creating, and will continue to create just an absolute masterpiece. So let me try and stay on track here. I've talked about the Domino roadmap, talked about the wiki and how to find the information, designs that are coming out. I was going to play the game, but this has already gone on for so long, and I've shown a bit of gameplay in the background, so I'm not going to bother with that. I might show a little bit of gameplay just here.
Have coordinated to create an illegal street race in the heart of Little Meow, Miami's first neighborhood. Starting across from the Cube at the Cadon Cafe, moving through the brightly lit cityscape to the South Island West freeways.
This is the very first version. It's already undergone some upgrades. We're on version 2 now in the alpha testing. Looking at version 3 very soon, probably available for us in like a week or two or something like that. And they've already done heaps of improvements, and they just they listen to community feedback. There's a private channel we have in our Discord where everyone drops all of their feedback and their bugs and anything they find, and you can directly interact there if you're lucky with the if you have a good comment with the developers of the game, who again, world class. Aris Vasilakis, who's, I'm sorry if I've butchered your name, Aris, but he is a very, very passionate Italian man, or a Greek man from Italy, who absolutely love him. What an adorable person. He's going to hate me for saying that, adorable. But no, what a good guy. And not only that, he had a 15 to 20 year career at Assetto Corsa Competizione, ACC. If you haven't heard of that, look it up immediately. It's one of the world's largest sim titles, and he was probably one of the most important people there, to be honest. They have other great team members, obviously, and but yeah, he had made a huge decision to move over to World and progress his career into the simulation, and he brings a ton of knowledge of physics, implementing physics engines and tuning them. So Wild isn't just going to be some arcadey kind of style game like you see in the racing in GTA. It's got proper physics engines being implemented. So you'll have just one of the greatest racing experiences that you possibly can is available to you inside this massive multiplayer game. So he's joined by Marcus Reynolds, and that's another huge name in the industry. Worked on like 11 different titles, WRC, GT 2002, GT. Like, he's worked on a lot. So between those two, who are also good friends and have a great connection and community feedback, they're going to build us the most fantastic racing experience. So you can see how much of a fanboy I am. completely blown away by this stuff. But yeah, look, I think that is already way too much that I'm saying.
That's obvious.
You know, I could just keep dribbling